I was a kid, I used to stare out the car window and pretend that I was flying. There was no car, no road, just me darting in and out of the trees, over the hills, over the streams. Let's just stare out the window for a while.
Started off in his GTR 90, started off with a ply and one house brick, and he was jumping that.
I'm Ryan Biggs, I'm 18 years old from the Sunshine Coast, Australia, and I ride freestyle mountain bikes.
The hard work and the drive has to come from him. He can be confident knowing that his gear's good and someone's there to scrape him up if it needs to happen.
But since I was 6, I got my first motorbike, and since then I've been pretty hooked on fast adrenaline sports, so yeah. My first motorbike when I was 6 was a little 50, and at the same time when I was 5 I got a little push bike to start riding around like a BMX. My first actual BMX was when I was about 12. Yeah, I got one to ride around the skate park near home and stuff. Some mountain biking is pretty similar to BMX, doing big tricks over big jumps, just on a different sort of bike. Grew up just having fun on the weekends, riding mountain bikes and motorbikes all over the place. Started racing only about 5 years ago, but I'm sort of back to where I was, just having fun on the weekends, doing what I love on my bike. Motorbikes and trampolining, it's just given me some skills that have helped on the bike I'm doing now, but sort of just naturally transfers over. You just find other things that interest you, and yeah, all the skills come together and help you learn new stuff.
We had a gully down the driveway that he liked to jump out of, so that was his key things that he liked to do 100 times, and we built it up from there. Always thinks through what he does and analyses the risk factor and seems to mitigate that out before he tries.
The worst injury I've had was at the BMX track when I first got my BMX bike. I rocked up, my friend actually had a dirt jumper, the same sort of bike that I ride now, and I was so excited to have a go on it. Rocked up and dropped in, and first run around the track, went over the bars and dislocated my jaw, which hurt a bit, but that's pretty much the worst so far. Other than that, just grazes and bruises. Downhill racing's super fun, but freestyle is what I love the most, just going in the air, going upside down, prefer it over a bit of the energy draining downhill racing.
I'm excited to see where he goes, to be honest, see what he can get past the barriers that stop people going from amateur level to big time.
In the last year, I moved out of home on the Sunshine Coast and moved to Brisbane. I got a new job building mountain bike trails and met a whole bunch of new mountain bike riders and people through work, which has been good, opened things up with mountain biking and where I can go in the future. A normal work day is just getting up and heading to work, building trails with all my workmates. But on the weekend, I like to get out, ride my bike, do a bit of work on my bike or my car. Training, basically riding with my friends, head to the indoor skate park to learn some tricks into foam pit and things like that. Otherwise it's just time on the bike, getting more experience. I'd start off learning a trick into a foam where it's safe and I can't really hurt myself if something goes wrong. And then I would take it to a jump once I feel comfortable. Sometimes you can try a trick and it works out straight away just because you already have a good feeling for it, but other times it can take up to a few months to learn a trick. You're not really sure if you're going to fully land it or not if you've never tried it, but when you do, it's good because it's reassuring that you knew in your head how to be calculated to land the trick. One time in a mountain bike movie, there was a guy who jumped over a train, and I saw that, and since then I've been watching some videos of people doing it. So I went out and found the jump over the train, and it's a big jump and there's no room for error really, so it's all about making sure that you feel like you're confident and comfortable enough and capable of doing the jump, and the feeling of landing at first try was pretty good feeling. I heard the train coming, I didn't really have all my gear on and things like that, so I pretty much started running to get my gear on in time and do the jump. I didn't even have time to put my gloves on, but just turned my GoPro on and did the jump. So I'm going overseas to compete in my first slopestyle event, which is freestyle mountain biking, going down a design course down a hill, doing your best tricks and getting scored by judges. It's pretty much the biggest event you can do without having to be pre-qualified, so that's why I'm going to head over and see what happens. So Crankworx is a mountain bike festival. There's 4 stops around the world each year. First one's in New Zealand, then it ends up in Whistler at the end of the year. It's the biggest festival there is pretty much. All the pros are there, so it'll be good to go there and get involved with some of the events and see it all happening.
Backflip tailbone on the cannon. Wow, this is a heck of a run back. Max Fredrickson at 360 2 bar spins. Huge extension on that backflip bar spin to tuck on.
In 2 years' time, I'd like to see myself competing more around the world, maybe in Europe at the start of the year, and meeting lots of new mates from all over the place. That's the thing I've enjoyed probably the most, is meeting all the new people from all around the world, so yeah. I like the feeling of competing on my bike, and I'm pretty excited to give it a go up at a higher level around the world. But riding with my mates at home and learning new tricks is probably one of my favourite things on the bike. To get where I want to be, I really need as much as I need to practice on my bike and learn new tricks, I also just need the experience of travelling and competing against the other guys who are the top in the world, so that's just what I got to do.